so I hope I can come more often.
You will.
That's good, that's good. And what I really like is, I'm doing network marketing since 27 years. And the last around about 20 years, I do it in most probably Eastern Europe. I do my business in, I guess, 15 different languages. So I'm always happy when I can talk without a break, when I can talk without a translator, because the only language I'm speaking is a bit of English and a bit of German. So, but I don't speak any Russian, I don't speak any Polish, I don't speak any Romanian, I don't speak any Hungarians. And you know, it's just like, when you see Europe, I sit in my car, I drive only 3 hours in a circle, I have 8 different languages. And the funny thing is, 10 years ago, I had 8 different currencies. Now I have the euro. Not all the countries in Europe has the euro, more and more coming together. If you would talk 20 years ago about this situation, everyone would say, are you crazy? How the people should pay with one currency? It's not working. And now, we pay with euro, mostly all over in Europe. When I was traveling, I'd always align with different wallets, with different currencies. Even when I was leaving from my hometown in Munich, I was going to crossing Austria. So I had German marks, I had Austrian shilling, I had Swiss francs. Then I went to Italy because I was going back to Monte Carlo and I had Italian lira in, and I had for Monaco I had francs, French francs. So I had 5, 6 different currencies always. I looked always like a smuggler, you know, like a dealer with all these different currencies. Then I was going to Russia in a different one. I go to Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, I had always different currencies. Now we talk about one currency. The same is when I talk about Europe. 10 years ago, I had every 3 years a new passport. Because stamps on each of the borders. Now, I cross all over Europe without a passport control. So I'm going from Germany to Austria, to Switzerland, to Hungary. I go to all the places without any passport controls. What does this mean? The world goes smaller. We need more and more unique solutions. And one of the next solutions for this one is what? Is OneCoin. It's a global cryptocurrency. It's a currency where we can use wherever we are, without any exchange rate, without any having difficulty to explain what is available to make a calculation. I have always a problem when I sign my credit card bills when I go out. I was out in Bangkok, we had a nice party, you know. I signed a bill, I have no idea how much money I pay. It's Thai baht is on, you know, what is the conversion? I went today to the supermarket and had to buy some extra hard drive. I paid 500 ringgit. I have no idea how much it is in euro, you know what I mean? So if I have to pay one day in coins, I know always exactly how much I spend. So that's coming about this one. And the business is what I love, you can do it wherever you are. When I'm going out, this one is usually my office. This one is all what I need to show to the people how to work with the people. I can explain it simple and easy. And this is what we're going for, really for the unique cryptocurrency, where we go around. And on this point I would say, I say a lot already on my side, maybe as well. I'm, like I said, 27 years in business. I was running 16 years with one companies, till to the day where I said it was too much for me. I didn't want to do always back office work, taking care about banks, lawyers, and all these kind of things. That was for me a nightmare. For me it's a nightmare to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, go to the office, and leaving 8 o'clock in the night. This is something what I really don't want to do because it's working. What I like to do is to go out, to meet people, speak, go on stage, having fun, going out for party. Because even with a headache like this one, I can do my speeches, it's no problem. But with a headache like this one, I cannot make any negotiations with a lawyer or with the bank. So that's why it's more this kind of business. I have 5 children and 2 ex-wives. So life is hard, life is short, so let's live it. Let's live every day. So I have this very one little problem what I'm having. I can talk more than all the women together, believe me. If I start to talk, I never stop. So that's why maybe, if you have some question, ask me, and then I can answer your questions. I can show you later on a small presentation what I'm doing when I make the sales or when I make the presentation about the business, about the opportunity. My fastest presentation, what I love to do is when I talk to my friends, and what Sham said before, business is about relationship, business is with friends. So usually I don't talk to people where I do not know, I talk to my friends because there are some trusts over here. So most of the questions what I'm asking to my friends is simple and easy. I ask them, how much money you do not need for the next 12 months? Don't worry, you don't have to give me credit. I just want to make 5 or 10 times more of your money. And this amount is what we're talking about. That is my sales presentation. I don't have to explain a lot. I'm not jumping before, you don't have to know all the details. It's really important. We need to make it simple. Like some American says, please keep it short and simple. I translate it, keep it short and simple. If you talk too complicated, if you try to bring all the details in, the same from the coffee business, you know, when you distill coffee, you can explain all the ingredients about Colombiana, what is this for, where does this comes from, what kind of vitamins, and, you know. When you start to talk about this one, people lose their mind. They don't understand anymore what you're talking about. And when you don't understand what you're talking about, what has happened? You don't listen. What has happened when you as a man stay home and your wife starts to talk and you don't understand what she's talking? You don't listen anymore, right? Women, you agree? After 10 minutes you ask your partner, what did I say just now? And you say, I don't know, actually I don't remember.
They will show the body language.
Yes, the body language is still what we have, so, but it's still fine. We can go for it. Body language is what we need in our business. This is when you start to talk with the people. And when I talk, I need to talk with my hands, with my feet, I need to talk with my whole body. I'm having. And this is what people feel. People feel. Are you doing the business for money, or do you do the business because you believe in it? And whatever you do, if you never believe in this one, you never will be successful. This is the same when you see really, sometimes you see a movie where the actor, it's like rubbish, it's not really doing anything. And then you see some movies where really the actor is really the person, he's living his role. And these guys who get the Academy, who gets the Oscars, right? Because they live it. And this is what we have to do in our business. We have to feed it, we have to live, and we have to show it. So, questions. What do you want to know? Because everyone is already, right? Everyone is already partner? You can say yes. 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 This is no. This is I don't know. That was a body language, part number 1. So, what questions do you have?
Okay. Just one question. The same question I've asked you earlier. Who is the governing body that regulates OneCoin?
To regulate the money, this is what I love on the cryptocurrency. All the currency is somewhere controlled by who? Mostly by a government or by some banking systems, right? So if a government needs more money because they want to buy more weapons, they want to buy more streets or build more streets, they just print more money. What is it with the value from the money you have at home? The value goes down. Correct? We're talking about inflation. What about a cryptocurrency? The cryptocurrency is controlled by all the users, by each single partner who is in the room and is using the coin is controlling the currency and the value of the currency. When we all sit in home and we don't do anything with the coin, we don't use it, we don't trade it, we don't spend it, we don't do anything with the coin. No one's asking for the coin, the value would go down. But if we start to use the coin, if we start to trade the coin, if we're buying coins, if we're selling coins, if we get our shops in and we're working for middle of next year to the end of next year, we should get a lot of shops, online shops, where we can buy with a coin directly some products. You know, if we start to do this kind of things, then the value is increasing every day. If we have hundreds of shops online and we say, I don't do anything, the value goes down. So we are controlling the value of the currency. We are controlling what's going on. To make sure that we are really doing the coins and we do not just say, we're talking about we having coins. We have an external auditing company. The company what we're talking about, OneCoin, is based in Bulgaria. It's a part of Europe and it's controlled by an external auditor. So somebody comes into the company and is checking what it's about. Coins, is the coins a mine, is this really existing? And all this information is stored in the blockchain. The blockchain is really nice and safe for everything, where we have all the information based and all the information So and this is an excellent company. It's not just somebody where we hire or we audit. So this company is doing the auditing for the biggest bank, for the government bank down in Bulgaria. It's doing the auditing for Fiat, for Skoda, doing auditing for big insurance companies. So it's not just some officer around the corner, it's some really value and some person who would lose all the clients if they would, sorry my language, fuck it up about some wrong information. So this is what we have to see. So everything is controlled by us, by the users, and that we have the really coins, it's done by the auditing company. This kind of information you find, by the way, you find it in the back office. This guy, one of the guys was in Sweden, in Dubai. I guess 6 months, 7 months ago, we had an event in Dubai. One of the auditors was over there. He presented him on stage. He was showing the company name. He was showing all the details. He says, feel free to call me, to text me, to write me an email. So this is what we have on this side. So control is by us, and this is what I like. So I like to have my control. By the way, this is why I don't do horseback riding. I love to race cars. I love to sit on a motorbike and drive them with 300 km over a racetrack because I control it. But as soon as I'm sitting on a horse, I have no control about the horse. And that's why I don't ski. I tried it, but it's no control for me. Good. Next question, please.
How much different is it with Bitcoin? How much different is it on one coin with Bitcoin?
How much different?
How
Why is that
same is it with Bitcoin?
So I would say the basic is we are cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency and OneCoin is cryptocurrency. So the basics are the same. The difference starts already with the amount of the coins. Bitcoin runs with 20 million coins. From the 20 million coins, around 50 million coins already mined today. Just think about it, it started in 2009. The first official trade from Bitcoin into a real product was 2 years after, in 2011. That's Bitcoin. OneCoin, we have 2 billion coins. The first trade is already done a long time ago because we have an exchange market, and this is what you have to see as well. You do not need to wait for the shops, for the online shops. You can buy your coins. You bring your coins, you go online, you go to the trading platform, you select your coins, you sell your coins, you get your money, you bring the coins back on the debit card. By the way, I'm having one of the cards here. I've got just a few with, you get a debit card from OneCoin, so you can bring the money on the card, and that one is a MasterCard. This means wherever MasterCard is accepted, our coin is accepted. But I agree, it's really complicated. You need to go online, you need to send the coin, you need to wait, the money is coming, most probably done in 24 hours. You bring the coin to the card, the future will be, you use the card, you go to the ATM, you go to the shop, and soon you spend the money will be taken out directly from your coin account. So that's the next step where it's coming. And this is where we go. There's very different between Bitcoin and OneCoin. OneCoin we can do anytime. So the smallest pack for education what you can buy is a €100 pack. You get a 1,000 tokens with education where you can make a decision what you want to do. It's about education what you're talking. Mine the coins, sell the tokens, wait for the split, or go immediately to mine. Free, up to you what you want to do. So it's a minimum, it's €100. If you want to do Bitcoin, what do you have to do? If you want to try Bitcoin with a laptop like this one, I wish you all the best. A laptop like this one needs around about 460 days, not hours, 460 days to create one coin. And then you can sell your coin for around about $300 to $400. So let's say you sell your coin for $400, it took you 400 days to create, you make $1 a day. But you didn't buy a computer, right? And when this computer runs 1 year, day and night, what do you think is after 1 year? It's melted, it's gone, it's not existing. If you want to do Bitcoin, if you want to be professional, you need to spend around about €1 million for high-tech equipment. You need to have a high-tech building with air conditioning, with high electricity, with everything, so no breakdown from the electricity, nothing, so you can't risk anything. The biggest Bitcoin producer is a Chinese company. They spend around 1 million on equipment, spending around about 100,000 running costs every month, and they're doing around about 20 to 25 coins a day. So just make a calculation how long it takes to bring them into a profit. So before they are in profits, the conversion is old. And as longer as more coin on the market, more difficulties existing for the coin. So it will be always longer and longer and longer. Here with one coin, the company is doing the mining. You get the tokens, and this is how I explain the tokens. The tokens is more or less the rental what you have to pay to create your coin. And when we started, we needed 2 tokens for 1 coin. Now we have 34 tokens for 1 coin. So it means the difficulty is coming. When we started, you got your coin after 2 to 3 weeks, and now we have around 2 months from the mining till you get your coin. What does this mean for us? People getting crazy for our business. And this is why we have an increase in the value, because more and more people want to have it, more and more people want to join in, and this gives the value from the coin. That's the difference between the whole coin and the Bitcoin. Basically, everything is the same. Virtual, electronic, based on mathematical algorithms. And that is the difference as well. Bitcoin has around about 200,000, let's say, members. From the 200,000 members, around about 20,000 members trading every day. OneCoin has meanwhile 720,000 members, and they are trading every day around about 400,000 to 500,000 trades. So our trading volume is much bigger than Bitcoin. What does this mean? If somebody really wants to sell the coins, it's not really influencing on the price of the day. And you see now Bitcoin, the prices goes up, sometimes up and down $100 a day. Where does this come from? You know it? It's just simple. When you want Bitcoin, so let's spend $1 million. Buy for $1 million a coin. You will see for the first coin you pay around about $300. For the last coin you buy, you pay around about $400. Why? You're buying more than the usually daily trade is from the coin. If more people want to buy it, even if it's one person, the price will go. So then you wait a week, the price will go maybe on the $350. So after 4 weeks, you sell all your coins on one day. You will see what? The price will drop down to $250. So next day morning, you buy the coins back for how much? For $250. How much you sold? $350, right? You make a big profit. This is what is happening sometimes in this Bitcoin. So a couple of people goes together, selling all the coins, the price goes down. Next day they buy all the coins back, the value goes up again. So it's the investors, they make a profit. Who is losing the money? So normal average people who are getting afraid of losing the money because they sell. And this is the reason why when you buy our packs, some people say it's not good. I was talking with a friend of mine. We did a similar coin when we had it. Meanwhile, you have many companies that copy our coins. When you see the website, when you see the strategy, it's a one-to-one copy. You know, it's just be copied. But most of the people who are doing it, like I said, a friend of mine is doing now his own cryptocurrency. I was working with him together for a few years. We did a coffee business together. It was fine, it was great, it was very successful. He brought a couple of new products of cosmetic aids, so he started to sell cosmetic aids. It was well fun. He was coming out of a company where he was running the bankruptcy because he didn't pay distributors. So then he started to have a new product idea, he sold something else. So, and now he has a great idea, he's doing now a cryptocurrency. And he starts next week with cryptocurrency. What do you think? How long is the currency survive? He was running 3 companies in a bankruptcy. What do you think? How long is it going to be? What is about our Dr. Ruja? Dr. Ruja is working for one of the biggest, one of the biggest advisor companies in the world. He was working for government orders, he was working for big banks, Sri Rampai was working for Allianz. And in this time, she had to check out what is cryptocurrency, what is the benefit, can we use it, is it a use for the communities, is it use for the world, for the industry, for the banking. So she was studying many years, and her books, what she having on cryptocurrency, she made it before she started OneCoin. So she was in the business, she was in the details before her idea was born to create a OneCoin, to create one company. You know, that's somebody where I trust. I would not trust somebody who is like the last week and store on cryptocurrency, which one is going to be key, you know? You need to find a programmer, you need to be smart enough to do it, you need to have some money for a computer system, and then you could be on cryptocurrencies. The question is, do we have really all the contacts to make it? Why is OneCoin so big? Because people believe in the company, people believe in Dr. Ruja, and this shows the success. We had 1.3 billion euro volume in 13 months. We closed 12 months with 1 billion volume. Not one company in this world made this one in 12 months. Whatever, if it's a non-regular company, whatever, nobody made a billion in 12 months. No Facebook, no Google, nobody. Nobody from the day where they started. Of course, when Google went to the stock market, they made a billion in 1 hour, you know. But from the day where they started, this the day they went to the stock market, nobody made a billion in 12 months. Exactly. So now we come to the point, we cannot sell all the coins. That's important for me. Why? I want to do a long-term business. I don't want to make, I could put 1 million in, I sell it 5 months after, I get 5 minutes out, and all of the rest of the people would use the money. So it would be a one-time money, right? If I can be sure the company runs for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, I make much more profit. So this is why we don't want to have investors. We don't want to bring the money in, sell the money, and the people who believe in the company using their money. By the way, that's a modern way to how to do business. As we talked about Facebook, Google, what was happening when this company went to the stock market? Every of the employees got some shares, right? They got it for free. They didn't pay for it. Somebody got 50 shares, somebody got 500 shares, somebody got maybe 1 million or 2 million shares. So everyone got 50 shares, they could not sell it in the first 2, 3, 4, 5 months. They had escrow time. Some top management, they got maybe 1 million shares when they could sell it. Some even 5 years after they quit the business with them. Why? What do you think would be happening? You give the shares, the value is growing from the day one, goes up, and every one of the employees would sell the shares at the same moment. What would be the world thinking about? That this guy worked for the company and they don't trust in the future, they sell all the shares. What would be the value of the company? Would be down. This is why it's really important for us. We cannot sell all the shares, all the coins at the same moment. You sell it day by day, it's no problem. But anyhow, if you sell now the coins, I'm sorry to say you're stupid. Because now the value is €3.50. If the coin goes on €35, you spend 10 times more for nothing, right? This is why when I talk to my guys, to my friends, they say, how much money you don't need for the next 12 months. And that's the point behind it. I don't, you know, you know Bitcoin, you know all the stories from Bitcoin. Somebody bought for $27 Bitcoins, he made $840,000 out of it. That's a story that everyone knows. Nobody knows really how does this work. This was the same when I heard about cryptocurrency, when I heard about Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin I needed, Bitcoin I know. Somebody made a lot of money with it, but I had no idea how. I didn't know about mining, I didn't know about coins, about crypto, about algorithms, nothing at all. So what I understood, they made money. So now it's the point is when you find somebody, this was the first trade when the cryptocurrency went into real product. This was 2 years after one of the programmers who invented this Bitcoin who started, he was sitting at home hungry. Like most of the programmers having no money, he was hungry. So he said on the chat, okay, for this guy who brings me now the pizza, get 10,000 coins. The 10,000 coins was in this moment around about $100. So somebody from the UK was reading this one, he ordered with his credit card somewhere in the US, the pizza got delivered, got some 10,000 coins. Just think about it, 10,000 coins a value today from €400. How much he paid for his pizza? 4 million.
Wow.
So believe me, I will not be the idiot who pays 4 million for pizza. You know what I mean? I will not sell any coin. I sold a coin. Why? I want to see if it's working. I want to see if this one what we are talking about the exchange. Can I sell the coins? Can I buy the coin? And it's working, surprisingly. I sold the coins, but I bought the same coins back. If I got the same one, I don't know, but I sold 10 coins, and I was buying 10 coins back because I don't want to lose money, I don't want to lose opportunity. Any more questions?
What is the company future prospect?
The company's future?
Yeah,
If I talk
prospect.
only about 10%, most of the people don't even believe in this one. What is the final goal, for example, from Dr. Ruja? Why she's doing it? A lot of people say she makes a lot of money in 2 years and then she's gone. But you know, she would be stupid if she doesn't. Just thinking about it, I talked before, a credit card, right? A debit card. You know, how long is a debit card existing, a credit card system? How long is it on the market? 20 years, 30 years?
More than that. More than that.
Okay, let's say 4 years. The 4 years, just think about it. You would be the one who has the idea to create MasterCard. We would be the one who would make this crazy step and say, you don't need any cash anymore, you can do it virtual. You can do it just online, right? How many people using a MasterCard every day? How
Wow.
many millions of people
In the world.
in the world?
Wow, more than.
And just think about it. On each transaction, you would do only 5 cents. Even if you make only 1 cent, how many millions you would do every day? That's the goal from Dr. Ruja, to make a long-term business. That is one of the ways where we go for. That's why we trust him. That's why I trust on this one. This will be done. She would be really crazy if you say, okay, I have 50 million, 100 million, 200 million, whatever. This could be the business for her, for her children, for the grandchildren, for the great-grandchildren, and again. This could be the next Rockefeller or Rothschild. My personal opinion on this one. Because this is the future, what I'm seeing in this one. As well, we're talking about bringing a lot of merchants online, bringing companies online, companies where we can buy with our coins, companies who are accepting our coins. I have many business partners around the world. I have a lot of business partners, some business, some regular business. Some has a restaurant, some has a shop, someone is here, someone is here. And everyone is asking me, Udo, when we can accept one coin. We want that people come to me and people spend a coin, so I'm getting more coins and it would attract more people. So just keep waiting for this one. And this is really the next step what is coming. The online shops will come. We're talking about something like, I can't say any names, I just got a couple of information a few days ago. I was together with Dr. Ruja and Mr. Guys. One of the biggest network companies in the world is thinking about to use our coin to pay the commission for the distributors. And using our coins, we will buy the products from this company. We're talking about, for example, we have millions of people who live. Let's go to Dubai. We have one of our head offices in Dubai. How many people from India, Pakistan works over there in Dubai? What has happened? Every week, someone went to the bank, he comes with a big truckload of cash money, right? Every week somebody is handing out to thousands and thousands and thousands of people an envelope with some money in, right?
Yeah.
What are these people doing? They run to Western Union, they bring the money back, they pay tons of commission, and send the money back to the family.
Yes, yes.
So what would be happening if we catch up these people? One of the guys has a debit card here in Dubai, and the family has a debit card somewhere in India, somewhere in Pakistan, wherever. What would be the saving from a construction company? What would be the saving from the people who are doing it? This is the point where Dr. Ruja is talking. This is the point where I believe we will get one day this kind of things. So from my opinion, one day we will have no credit card anymore because we need virtual. One day we will not have even any more Western Union. Because did you make a payment with Western Union?
Yes, yes.
Who made a payment with Western Union? How much you pay for?
A lot, like $20, $50.
Yeah, $20, $50 for how much?
For a few $100.
For $200 you spend
Yes.
already $20 for what? For what, you know? How much does this really cost?
This bank is according to law, we want to send it.
Yeah. And where you send it? If you send it in Europe or send it somewhere else. So it's here. Click a button here, you have the money over there. simple and easy. This is the future what we're talking about. What we go for the cryptocurrency, when we go for one coin. And for this one, this is important. We have the power of the people. And that's a different one we have. We have already 720,000 partners. We have sold around about 18% of our coins. For my personal opinion, we will need around 5 million partners, and all our coins are sold. So, and that's a basic to start with. 5 million people who start to use the coin, start to trade the coins. And we will have more and more people because the value is growing. People want to cash some money, so we sell the coins. We will have, in my opinion, in the next 10 years, around about 10 million active users from our coin. Just from the basic one we're having now. And then we don't have to be worried about the value about the coin. I was talking about a 30 euro, we was talking about a 40 euro or 50 euro. I personally believe even more than 50. I believe more than 100. Because the benefit on a cryptocurrency is there's a limit. Our limit is 2 billion coins. We can't do more. We have a mathematical algorithm, you can do up to this amount and it's gone. And someone else would need some more cash money, he prints more money, and then we goes down. We had it so often in our history, and this is where we go. Any more questions?
How long does it take to auto mine the coin after we submit the token for mining?
In the moment, approximately 2 months.
2 months.
But it's changing all the time. Now we are running into the next split. You know, when you buy one of the inflation packs, you get the tokens. When you buy the small packs for 5,000 euro, you get 2 splits. When you buy the promotion packs, you get 4 splits. And each time a split is coming, hundreds of people, thousands of people, 10,000 of people press the button mining. So in the last, I guess, 6 weeks, nobody pressed the button for mining except somebody did it by, by mistake. So I'm sure then again we will have a lower rate for our coins, which is again good because we know people love our currency, people start using. So 2 months, it's will go up definitely to 3, 4, 5 months. For sure, it's just a question when you know what's the benefit. That's why I love all this promotion pack. You can go into the mining and you still get the split. When you buy the normal packs, you have to make a decision. You go for the mining or you wait for the split. And if you don't wait for the split, you have a normal pack, you make 1 split, it's fine. If you make the tycoon pack, you have 2 splits. But it can take up to 4 months, maybe 5 months, maybe 6 months to get the next split in. So you have a promotion pack, buy the pack, mining, get your coins, you have everything done, and you make a huge profit.
I've got another question. If one coin really successfully doing what it planned to do, the bank and the Western Union, MoneyGram, all those companies, they will lose a lot of business. What will happen if those people going to do some nasty
use
thing?
one coin to make the loss equal. They will start to use it, will not go around, that's
Well,
for example, we're talking about Western Union. We have a similar system like Western Union was using in Russia. It's called Kiwi. Kiwi is thinking about one cryptocurrency. This is the only way what they can do. That's the only way how they can run away from all these problems. Either they joining us or they're starting to bring on cryptocurrency. And meanwhile, a lot of banks thinking about this one, even banking, because it's a direct competition. But you have only one option. Either you go with the market and you go with the time, or you're gone with the time, right? That's what you have, so.
because I think bank and government, because if one coin really does what it can do, plan in the future, government and the bank, they are like losing money. Because government can, if people are not accepting paper currency, government will lose a lot of control. So what if the government will, try to regulate
They
it?
have to switch off the internet worldwide. And I guess nobody has the power to switch off the internet worldwide, right? This is what I see. This is my personal opinion. What I'm seeing for the cryptocurrency, it's in the market. It's in the market. It's in the web. It's in the web. Nobody can stop it. Of course, the government can make regulations on this one. That's definitely for sure. That's why, for example, we have our KYC, know your customer procedure. So you need to upload You can join into the business as a Mickey Mouse. Doesn't matter. You can put in your username Mickey Mouse. You can put it in housing where Mickey Mouse is living. You can live in skyscraper 25 if you want an address. It's no problem. But it's soon. You want to sell the coins. You want to trade the coins. We need to have the KYC. We need to prove that you're a real person. A copy of your passport, a copy of your utility bill. This needs to be uploaded to make sure it's working. When you want to cash out some money, you cash out some money not in cash. You send it somewhere to a bank account. So it needs to be a real physical person. So we cannot fake it. This is a really main important point in this business to make sure we are not against some law. It's the same like when you ask for when you ask for a credit card, you need to show your passport, right? You show your passport, you need to do your phone bill, electricity bill, whatever. You need to bring some bills that the bank sees you are a real person. And the same is for us. So I'm not afraid of this one. So we have rules, we have regulations. As long as we follow this one, no one can do this.
Can this business transferable? I mean,
Yes.
transfer to the next of kin?
Yes, give me your username and your password and it's mine.
Oh,
I can give you
is it
all-
lawful
you
or
can
not?
send me all the details, don't worry. I will not give it back, don't worry. That's the basic policy. If you want to get out of your position, if you want to get out of it, you have your username, you have your password, you have your transaction password. So if you give somebody all the 2 passwords and the username, you can overhand it to someone else. If you say you want to give it for your children, just give username and password to your children, and everything is done. So it's no special things behind.
Okay.
Okay, just touching on one of the aspects you just talked about. I'm a citizen of the UK. I'm resigning in
I'm not
Malaysia.
surprised because you're leaving.
A bit obvious. I resign in Malaysia. I have a house that is on rent, and I have a different house that the letters come to. How do I apply for a card?
I have the same problem. I have a residence here, I have a residence here, I have a residence over here. So I use all of my residence. We have an electricity bills, and we have a passport copy, and it's all what I need. You have a bank account, right?
Yes.
Bank account is proving your address. You have a credit card. You have a credit card statement. This one proves your address. And a copy from your passport is what we're asking. If on your passport is Hans Meyer, and your utility is Maximilian Joseph, it's not working. It's the name of the passport, the name of the utility is the same. This is what we need. And then the address, what we have on the utility bill, need to be used. So if you have a UK passport and a UK utility bill, you put your UK address in, and everything is done. You get your card, you get all the details, and you're verified. That's all we need.
We'll sit down and talk about that a bit more.
Yes, the KYC, which is know your customer, yes, nothing new to those who are around here who are already members of my organizing base.
Yes.
Because my organizing base also practices KYC.
Yeah.
Because they have to verify your identity.
Yes.
You have to produce your identity. You have to prove your address and whatnot. So
Yes.
that's nothing new. But in my conversation with you before the event convention, which I was supposed to go, but I had to cancel, unfortunately. But I understand that KYC, know your customer, is a feature that is unique for OneCoin as compared to Bitcoin. Am I right there?
No, you have meanwhile, this was a point what we had many, many years ago, where the government tried to shut down Bitcoin. They say, okay, it's no control, it's nothing in. So they did the same thing, they brought the KYC in, and now everyone needs to be a legal and registered person. So we have it, Bitcoin has it as well, because when you want to take out some money from Bitcoin, you need to cash it somewhere in a bank account. So it's not directly, let's say not directly like we ask from OneCoin for this one, it's indirectly when you want to cash out some money, you need to wire the money, you can sell your coin on the exchange, then you need to wire your money into a bank account. That's more or less, it's indirect way. We asking it directly from you, like you said, your company may work as well with the company is asking for. This is what we ask on one side, and you ask us as well, and you get a debit card.
One other question. I'm a strong believer in the potential of one coin. Okay, I have no question about it. But the recent reporting in the medium by the British broadcasting station BBC that was just after the Paris bombing alluded to the fact, or even directly mentioned about the threat facing cryptocurrency that the European countries, particularly France, is thinking about clamping down on cryptocurrency businesses, which of course is a concern to those of us who are in one coin. So I'd just like to know if anything is being done by one coin to address this situation so that members who are already in one coin will be, at least will always be comforted by the fact that some measures is being done by one coin to arrest any action being taken arbitrarily by the European central banks.
On this point, there's a few things, a few questions. First of all, we have the KYC, so we can't do any money now, we can't do anything wrong. So we can't have terrorists or whatever. Second of all, it's really sad what was happened over there, but after a crisis like this one, you find always people who want to do it ever better, they have always some crazy idea, but they don't even know what they're talking about. Like to say again, they want to have, again, passport controls all over in Europe. They don't want to accept the Schengen, they don't want to accept this one. Some politicians who want to make a name, want to be shown up maybe once on TV in their lifetime, they come up with some ideas. My personal opinion is nice to be behind. So this opinion, this opportunity, or this kind of topic, it's also already when Bitcoin got in problems, because Bitcoin was used by money laundering, was doing and weapons, and all these kind of things. It was really a long time, they had really negative press and newspapers about this, was really articles, and they come up with KYC, then it was all done. It's the same with us. So that's why we have the KYC now even for trading. So not only for cashing out, also for trading. That's one of the points. Before we had it, it was just recently we brought it up for the trading, I guess it's just a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And before we had it only for the debit card, or when you want to wire out the money, and now we have it even if you want to trade. So before you signed up an account, it's like I said, it's a Mickey Mouse. You could trade your coins, no problem. You buy it out, you buy it into a bank account, it was done. Now we have even to do it for trading in the platform. So we are going for the steps, making sure. And like I said before, how you want to control it, you need to switch off the internet all over the world. And that's some, even for Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible number 27 or whatever, I don't know how it is already existing, he would even not do it. But of course, it's a question where it's really important for all people in this time, when you invest a lot of money, when you believe in it, it's a question where it makes you afraid about it, but I'm sure it's not something.
Sir, by the way, will the price going to drop because a lot of people using this one coin Mastercard, or even they use like in the market, like in investment, some kind of investment, like price is going up, they will sell off their investment. So will it be affect the price of the one coin?
The one coin price, first of all, I always have to repeat to the people, we are not an investment company, we're an education company. We sell an education pack, we give you the tokens, and then you make a decision what you want to do. When you use the MasterCard and you spend your money, of course we need to have some people who buy and sell the coins. So this is what we have. We have more people. When you sell a coin, you will see it's done in 24 hours. When you buy a coin, it's actually up to 2 days to get on. What does this mean? We have more people who want to buy than people who want to sell. So I'm not afraid about this one, that the coin doesn't work and the coin loses on value. I'm more afraid I do not have enough when we have an open market. That's the only point where I'm afraid of. And this is really one of the next steps, when we have 80% of our coins sold, and what Dr. Ruja said, we're often on stage, we're going to think about what we're going to do if we really an open market. I don't think anyhow, I think we're an open market. If you want to be a member, buy a pack, right? And you're a member. So, end of the day, we are closed, open community. So everyone can join, everyone can go for it.
If the coin is sold out, what actually Dr. Ruja say, will it be increase the coin to launch?
It's the use of the coin.
Oh,
So when from us as a networker, so when we go only for support for the education packs, when we don't own the education packs, we have no packs, no tokens anymore, where we can give out to the people, we won't be unemployed. But you know, when you start now, you will be happy to be unemployed because you have so much money, you got so many coins. You have different problems how to spend some money, not how to make some money because you made it already. So and same when we start to use the coin, when we start to trade the coin, there's opportunities to sell it. We do not have more coins. There's more people that want to have it as high as they're ready to go. So when you do it now, I have some accounts where I have 100,000 coins in, 120,000 coins in. You find people that have a million of the coins in. This is what it's coming up, and I'm still buying. And this is very, really good point in our business. When you make 100 euro commission, 60 euro you get in cash, 40 euro goes in the mandatory account. There you can buy either the tokens or the coins. When you buy the tokens get into the split. When you buy the coin, you get the coin faster. So I'm buying the coins because I don't want to wait for the split. I want to have the coin immediately. And especially now, because now the coin, the token is only 22 or 23 cents. I will buy the token after the split because then the token is on 10 or 11 cents. Then I can wait to get the split and make more. Now I'm buying the coin. So that's what my secretary is doing every week. She goes into the back office, she buys the coin. If you don't buy the coin with a mandatory account, end of the week on Fridays, the company buys automatically free tokens. But this one is generating as well more coins, more using. So everyone who has the coins, he want to have the benefit, he want to use it. So this one we go.
Sorry, sir. You just now I didn't catch you. If the coin, if 40% of the money goes to the mandatory account.
Yes, mandatory account, yeah.
Okay, if we don't use that money to buy the coin on Friday, the
company
company
buys automatically for use of tokens.
we already buy tokens.
Yes.
I think it's more worth to buy the coin than the tokens.
Like
Yes.
I said, now definitely for sure, because you get a coin which one is already mined, you don't have to wait
Yes.
for 2, 3, 4 months, you get it already.
Yes.
If it's after the split and you get the token for 10 cents, I would buy the tokens, because then when you get the split, even these tokens when you buy over there, it's getting into the split. So when I'm maxing out my positions, I can buy every month for, I don't know, 40, 50,000 euro coins and tokens. So I buy, I make out of my 40, 50,000, where I get, let's say, 500,000 tokens, I make 1 million tokens out of it. So I have a big benefit on this one.
So you don't have to worry. I think we know a source where we can get our coins to be sold to is Mr. Udo Carsten Deppisch.
Yes. Bring it to me, I buy them. We need it. So that's an opportunity. Like I say, I have 5 children, I have to take care. The little one is 5. So if everyone goes to the university, it's costing more money.
But one final one for me, I don't know what the rest. Can you share some of the important points delivered by Dr. Ruja at the Bangkok meet last week?
So
what are the main things that we would like to hear that we did not hear, but you can tell us?
So it's like most of the information what you got now already from me, it's combined from Dr. Ruja in Bangkok. So we had a big event in Bangkok. We had one in Dubai, we had one in Macau. We had 6,000 people in Macau, which one is incredible. You know, the company was not even, no, it was actually on their first birthday. The company was 1 year old, we had 6,000 people. A couple of months before, we had an event in Dubai, where we had been 3,000 people, and everyone had to fly in. So it's not like if you do an event here in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, you know, if you do an event in 1 year here, John brings alone 6,000 people in. But if you have to fly in like we have done in Dubai, it was an amazing event to bring 3,000 people together. So some news is really the point. We're talking with some really big companies that want to accept the coin. We are getting closer, and it's a lot of work what has to be done to bring all the merchants in. Because really what we have to see is what a lot of people always misunderstood or do not see the point. Sometimes people sending an email to the company and they're getting angry, they even get an answer in 24 hours. But you have to see we have 700,000 business partners. If only 1% is sending a request to the company, how many emails a company gets every day? You know what I mean? So it takes some time. The company was growing. The company 1.5 years ago, it was not even existing. So The company 14 months ago was not even existing. You know, we need to grow, we need to go one after the next one. The business is so fast, it's really fast growing, and I'm really happy. We have some really business women, not a business man, a really business woman like Dr. Ruja. She can handle all these kind of things. Support when we started with 3-4 employees, moving in January, we're moving in a new building, which one has around about 150 employees, only in Bulgaria, in Sofia. Can you imagine what's going on over there? I don't want to. I had in my office where I was running my business, I had around 15 employees. There's already 50 too much, you know. Getting sick, getting holidays, one after this, you know, I don't want to run a company with this kind of employees. I want to run a network with 1 million distributors. That is what I love. Because this is what Charm said before, you only have few people who trust in you. And you see people find the next few people. And this finding the next few people. It's like we don't have our Admiral over here, you know. This is when you see how is the system running. Admiral is never combining 10,000 people. He's combining 4, 5, 6, 7 people, right? He gives the orders to 4 or 5 because this 4 or 5 he can control. He does the next, does the next, does the next. This is how you have to build your business. You do not find the first 5 that will be perfect. You find the first 5 maybe below the first 100. But you find them, and then you have to work with them, and then you have to train them, you have to teach them. Like something, you have to give them the hand, you have to show them how does this work, and then they run from alone. And especially in our business, it's really simple to run it with this and to show it. Any more questions?
Finally, what is the 1 coin parameter at the moment?
Actually, this is always a question what I'm giving back to the audience. What is level? You know, this is one of the things where I love to know, but I don't want to check it. This is I have no offices doing it. And people ask me how much money you made. I say, Sham knows my Patricia. She's sitting in my office. You have to call Patricia. You have to ask her. This is something what I just talked yesterday about this one. When I was the first time on a webinar, or not on a webinar, on a real seminar, where I talked about network marketing, something was really, still stays today in my mind like it was yesterday. One of the things was what he said on stage, you do not need to do all by yourself, you do not need to know all by yourself, you just need to be able to find someone who is doing it for you and pay him to do it for you. That's one of the main points. That's why